And so are we. Tatiana and Elena bring a very special magic energy to this room, and we are grateful to both of you. Thank you. It is so nice to be back here in Des Plaines. A really, actually, pretty decent day today. We'll take it. Check one off. We made it through January. Yay, us. That was a long month. But obviously the days are getting longer. The daylight is coming back and sunshine is very powerful. February now is Black History Month. I'm sure everybody knows that. And it fills us with a hope that future human understanding and awareness can find all people united as one idea in spirit. Let's breathe into that. February gives us Groundhog Day. February gives us Groundhog Day. And President's Day and Valentine's Day and all these days. When are we going to have time to complain about the weather? February is a short month, and it can inspire us with the hope of successfully surviving another winter. And it can challenge us when suddenly we realize that the time to start living up to our resolutions has well passed. And some of them have gone just like the month of January. The problem with New Year's resolutions is not that they're bad ideas. They aren't. Personal growth it's desirable. And we state these intentions as motivation to get us living life the way we think would be better without some of the habits and behaviors that we unintentionally fell into or kind of reverted back to. Psalm 51, verse 10 says, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me." I think that understanding the energies behind the behaviors that we've released is a step that we sometimes overlook. And then if we come up short in our intentions or try to let go of a certain behavior, a perspective that hasn't worked for us, we can become discouraged and defeated by that yet again. The tendency is for us to push these behaviors out of our consciousness. And then we resolve not to let them back into our experience. We tell ourselves that we've done the forgiveness work, we've taken the grief journey, and that we are healed, and that we're whole, and that we're ready to release these ideas. The problem is, by next month, or maybe Easter, they can start to repeat as demonstrations disguised as something different or someone new. During the Burning Bowl service here at New Year's, we released our thoughts surrounding some of the challenges that we had last year. Those ideas that didn't serve our desire for growth. In Unity, we hold the Burning Bowl ceremony at the transitory moment between the end of the idea that we call 2022 and the beginning of the idea we're starting to get to know as 2023. At this annual transitionary time, I always look back. I look back to the beginning of last year And I'm amazed at the changes that I've gone through in just one calendar year. And then I find myself kind of switching focus. And I start wondering about what sort of changes I'm going to see from now to the end of this year. Looking back from where I am today, I can see from further away how some of the things that I was so concerned about, like since Unity Displays now has Reverend Carla and Reverend Tom, would they still want me to be a speaker? Well, things like that have come and passed, and I'm still here. I realize now that the truth of what I am, a spiritual being, that's what hasn't changed. And it won't change by the end of this year. Hello? I can't say much about anything else in the world because it just keeps turning. But I have started this new year with an accepting mind and an open heart. When I let go of the idea that I know what is right, that I have life itself figured out, when I'm able to release those ideas, I become an open vessel for God's love and compassion. My resistance melts away, and my borders expand. As light, I am lighthearted. As love, I am beloved. As power, I am a current of protection. And as presence, I am whole and healed. These perceptions are at the foundation of my understanding. Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore says understanding of truth is the foundation, a white stone, upon which we build and develop our true Christ self. Understanding of truth is the foundation, a white stone, upon which we build up and develop our true Christ self. In order to maintain our resolve around the burning bowl, to let the energies go that we've held that no longer serve us, the things we now understand are actually slowing down or blocking altogether our spiritual awareness. We must continue to bless them and forgive ourselves for any misconceptions that we held around these ideas, and thank them. Yes, we must thank them for showing up in our experience, providing us with a growth opportunity. These are the things that make us whole. These are the things that we wouldn't choose for ourselves. But in the depths of our subconscious, we have attracted. Claiming responsibility for our entire lives leads to freedom from any expressions not reflective of love. Claiming responsibility for our entire lives leads to freedom from any expressions not reflective of love. Onboarding wholeness is no small task. When we talk about it, we share our desires to have wholeness as a way of life. And doesn't that sound beautiful? And it is beautiful. But until we're able to fully bless our challenges and love our experience of them, becoming the image of wholeness can feel very painful. When we align ourselves as spiritual beings with the energies of God, our 12 powers, the path to freedom reveals itself, and living does become easier. It's always summertime. Doesn't summertime conjure up some nice ideas right about now? Easy living is one of them for sure, as songwriter George Gershwin told us in 1934. Thank you, George. We've all come to appreciate living easy in the summertime, the time of light and freedom. Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, who lived in the 6th century BCE, is credited with writing the Tao Te Ching. And this is a work that has gifted us with so much wisdom throughout all of our history. He said that we must not only release our connection to the past, but also to the future. He said that if you are depressed, you are living in the past. And if you are anxious, you're living in the future. But if you are at peace, you're living in the present. If you're at past, you're depressed. If you're depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you're at peace, you are living in the present. So I've been wondering about how this idea works with our burning bowls and our white stones. How many of you still have your white stone from last year? From 5 years ago? 10? How did all those names and intentions unfold for you? Are they still working? Or have you redirected your thoughts about them to compensate for things that haven't demonstrated for one reason or another? My proposal today, in an effort to keep your white stone white, rather than becoming shadowed with disillusion, is to shift your perspective for 2023. From having everything you want to wanting everything you have now. How many times have I said that? Lao Tzu said, "Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are." And when you realize there's nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. It stands to reason that if we can allow ourselves to let go of being anxious about the future, we can truly enjoy the present. When we release the energies behind the thoughts and behaviors that don't serve us any longer in the burning bowl, Lao Tzu's theory says that once we set our intentions for the new year, our thoughts about our prosperity, our health, our relationships, and our spiritual awareness, we should be releasing them as well. I say that we're holding on dearly to our intended experience for the new year. If some of those intentions don't demonstrate the way we think they should, we can create pain and disappointment in ourselves and our inabilities to stand in the integrity of our word. Shift your perspective for 2023. From having everything you want to to wanting everything you have. By giving ourselves a new name in the White Stone Ceremony, we are setting yet another intention. If we allow ourselves to let go of our expectations of the future, we can stop feeling anxious about them and enjoy the present. Where we want to be is in the middle, between holding on to the past and worrying about the future. It's called living in the present, the moment of now. The White Stone offers us a clean slate, and when we write our intention on it, then we must bless it with love and release it as well. We can actually slow down or thwart our experience of moving through this year in the natural flow that is already in place. We can exhaust ourselves by trying to live up to our intention and miss altogether the beauty of divine order. When we aren't able to meet our expectations, then our intentions can become burdens, and our beautiful white stones can lose their appeal. The intentions we set can become shadowed by the darkness that accompanies unmet desire. Our intentions need to be coupled with the idea that the natural unfolding of events is God's presence acting through us. So today I invite you to do something really wild, crazy, and revisit what you've written on your white stone. Take it to heart that your desire is the first indication that God is shining its light on you. But it's also important to allow space for the unexpected good to appear. I think sometimes that we lower our desire based on our experiences of the past. Eckhart Tolle says, the more you focus on time, the past and the future, the more you miss the now, the most precious thing there is. This is why we burn these ideas that tended to edge God out. Our white stones should contain all the energies of this or something better. And then let God in and release your attachment to your own thoughts about 2023. Namaste.